cap. I hope I'm not getting another fucking breakout on my knee, or I'm going to fucking scream. I will scream. Scream. I will scream if I am, because I'm so tired.
Functionality's a little
Fine.
Good to hear your soundboard.
Oh, come on. And as soon as I turn it again, it's gonna be like,
Good. And do you think it's possible?
bro, come on. Why are you like this? Okay. I think I fixed it, finally. We're just gonna leave it as is, I guess.
I know there's a risk.
But hey, this is the guy. Oh my god, my kneecap. And welcome to Domestic Sage. I normally don't really, say the title of the video, really. But yeah, we're not gonna be doing too much. We're just gonna be taking it easy, relaxing, and just chilling out. Oh, fuck. Oh, my knee. Oh, I was trying so hard to not scratch it. I couldn't help it. It got like so bad just now. Like, I don't know. Like, is there such thing as like advanced eczema? Like, oh my god. Like the way it like flares up and gets hot, it just like gets overwhelmingly uncomfortable. It's crazy. Like, I don't know why the hell that happens, but oh my god, it's terrible. Whew, goodness. Oh, so I'm gonna put some Eucerin? I don't know how to pronounce that. Probably Eucerin, I don't know. I'm putting some of that on it, and then hopefully it doesn't flare up again, because that's not fun. It's very terrible. And the freaking urge to scratch is terrible. I have like a small breakout like near my elbow. That's finally like starting to kind of mellow out and not bother me as much. But my knee, bro, my knee is killing me. Like, I don't know what I could do to make it better, but it's just like, it's not working. Also, hi Nelly, welcome to the stream. I'm lubricating my kneecap, both knees, this and that knee, because my eczema is eczemaing, and my god, like, it's really doing me in. Like, the spot I got on like my elbow, like, you can kind of see it like a little bit, like ever so slightly. It's finally starting to go down. It was a lot worse. Like, it wasn't like more spread out, but they were like more prominent. Like, they were more like more awake, I guess you could say. But yeah, like, I have a breakout on my what side is this? My I can't think. My left knee. I don't know why it took me so long to figure out which side that was. And I think I got bit on my right knee, even though I was wearing pants somehow. And I hope that's not a new breakout, because I don't know what the hell is going on. But I'm not a fan. And I'm like rubbing in my Eucerin. I don't. Is it Eucerin? I don't know how to pronounce it. But this thing, because Bear had it, and he's like, "This don't work." He probably should have kept it or split the bottle with me, I think. Because to a certain extent it's helping, but I'm like doubling up on this, like the coconut oil he gave me, like cortisone, like, and like I've had my eczema flare up like a couple times, but it's persistent. Like right now this shit persistent as fuck. And I'm just like, bro, I got enough going on. Like, now I'm like, I'm just, I don't even know. Like, it was just hitting on my nerves. Then I don't like the way it makes my hands feel afterwards. Like, my hands feel all gross. Now I gotta wash my hands. Okay. After I wash my hands, I'm gonna start Scream officially. Like, it's so dumb. Yeah. Also have a, what's it called in my sink? You like my lights? They're purple and orange. And they look like super cool and junk. I forgot I have this, what's it called? Plate in my sink. Hi, Otis. Welcome to the Scream. Yee. I don't know, I thought that pooping under Christmas lights was nice. Pooping under Halloween lights is even better, oddly enough. It's like totally different experience, like, all together. It's like super nice. Washing this plate real quick. I'm so glad this work week is almost over. I'm so tired of them. Like 100%, I'm so tired of them. I'm not gonna start ranting about it, but I'm just tired of them, honestly. What are you guys doing? Are you doing anything cool at the moment? Or are we all just kind of chilling? I did put on one of my like spooky podcasts that I like listening to around like October. But I don't think this particular story that they're going through at the moment is all that interesting, so I might even like skip to like the next one. But it's on Spotify. It's from the No Sleep podcast. And I do like their stories a lot of the time, but this one's like space station related, and I'm kind of just like, It's okay, but could definitely be better, I think. I just had to make sure I got everything off my plate. And then this is my current soap that I got. It's a Vampire Blood from Bath and Body Works. Something like that. Probably, maybe. It's really nice. I thought we had the candle We probably do. I probably just packed it away. But I gotta dig it out. I did dig out one of my other Halloween candles I had. It was Wicked Vanilla Wood, I think it was. And that's the one I had in my wax warmer yesterday. And actually, I think I might fire that up again because like my room just had the whole Halloween vibe yesterday. Like it was so nice. Took my shower and stuff. Came back downstairs and my room smelled like real like cafe like. It was real nice. It's real spookish. Real nice. Okay. Hams are clean. Don't freaking like what's it called? They don't have that weird like texture from the evening or whatever the hell it is. The Yabaderm.
I placed it on the table between us. Sir, as far as I can tell, this appears to be genuine. I have no idea what species to be specific, but it's very, very old. I think it would be worth your time to do.
I'll probably work on my blankets some more, I think.
There could be a significant financial reward for something like this.
No, the one I have is Ghoul Friend.
Well, yes.
Uberderm.
Just, you know,
Yeah, that one.
Of course, as a
Lubiderm.
He stood up and made his way to the window. In the
Ubiderm.
backyard, his son was hard at work, stomping a little plastic red and yellow shovel into the cool, damp earth.
I had me some what's it called earlier?
That is swear.
Some
Years
ice
of
cream
spending my working hours around
from
children left me with sensitive ears.
what's it called? Cold Stone, right?
There's a lot.
It's called Boo Batter.
He flicked his blind shut.
For the life of me, I cannot
I
I can't think of what it smells like.
This all started because of his mother.
And I'm just like, I don't know why I can't figure out what it tastes
Right
like.
after the new year.
But
Drunk driver.
it was good.
Hung in for a few days down at the
No,
Guess it just wasn't meant to be.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I don't know, not Uberderm.
Me
What
too.
was why did I say
He hit the
Uberderm?
kitchen counter as he spoke.
I don't know where that came from. That's not even
Had a hell of a Christmas together.
the package says, I think it's Eucerin. I don't know where I got like Uberderm from. It's some other cream, I think. I can't, I don't.
Even told him,
There's like literally like nothing going on up here.
can't afford nothing like that.
Like my brain is spent. Like brain capacity is at like 2%. I can't. I cannot.
It didn't last.
I cannot. But it's Eucerin, Euceron. I don't know. EUCERIN. No, I want no dang crab juice. I had me some fries from Chick-fil-A.
The blinds
I
were
had
closed,
some
but I couldn't
spooky
help
ice
staring
cream
at them anyway.
that dyed my tongue.
Seeing in my mind's eye a clear
I can like
picture
barely
of the
see
boy
it now,
covered
but
in
it
sweat
stained
and
me
dust,
like bad
staring
earlier. It was
into Roger's
hilarious.
face as he struck the ground over and over again.
And I also had a Sunjoy.
It sure did feel good seeing him go
I had a
to sleep
Sunjoy
at
from
night.
Chick-fil-A also.
And the one thing he really took to was the cheap
Um,
plastic shovel he's out there digging with. Not at first, though.
Peachy and
Wasn't until
cream.
after she passed.
That sounds really good.
Lost all interest in
I probably need to eat something, but I don't know what I want to eat.
And that shovel.
Should I just make some pizza?
You know, that shit's for babies.
I might
He ain't gonna do nothing.
make some
It's
pizza.
gonna end up on the floor with the rest of his crap, and I'm gonna step on it, trip, and
I
fall
might just
and
make some
break my
pizza.
neck.
Cause I can just throw that in the oven and,
It was like she knew.
you know,
somehow.
just
Knew he was gonna want that
just be
shovel
done
so
with it.
bad.
Like I don't feel like
Leaving the cigarette
feel
in
like
his mouth,
cooking
he
nothing.
pushed
I
two of the
just
blinds apart delicately with
I
his
got
thumb.
hella freezer meals, honestly.
Should
Like
have
I
gone
got.
with his thumb.
She was something.
Excuse me.
She had something
I got
otherworldly, or
I got some people.
just maybe
I got
Supernatural.
some Brayfest corn bogs. I got
A framed photo of Ryan's mother hung beside
I
the
got
her eyes
some
staring
spooky
down into
nugs.
the gaze that only
I
the
got
death
some French
seemed
fries.
vaguely ominous.
I got some fish
When I finally
sticks.
broke eye contact with the photo, I suddenly became very aware.
I
of the
got
many
some
other
dumpy
pictures of the
lands.
victim, occupying every single inch of available space. On
I
the old,
got a
distressed
good
stucco.
amount of stuff actually.
Well, the pictures
But I'm
showed
probably gonna do
Tried
people.
to tell the boy it was over.
I'm gonna do
He
like
just kept finding
one row of my
more.
blanket,
He forced me
and
to
then
hang
I
up.
think
Oh,
I'm gonna
No,
put
she
in my
looks
people,
very
or
nice.
technically
that
my
she
two
was,
peepers.
but some
Cause
of
just
it's
eating one
fine.
ain't enough.
I don't know.
It's gotta be two,
Like this one.
and
I
then
pulled one off the wall and handed
you
it
know,
to me.
gotta
It
check
was
this
a department
message real
store
quick.
portrait in which Ryan and his mother wore matching outfits
Da,
and
da,
smiled
da,
deadpan at the
da, da.
camera. His mother appeared distracted,
Da, da, da.
her grin forced, and her eyes haunted by some troubling knowledge.
I double
As her
down.
son wore a true smile of oblivious mirth. I didn't want to hold it.
Okay, now let
I
me
didn't wanna
mute
hold
my
it.
notification.
What's wrong with it? I pushed
So
the
that
portrait
way.
away before he could answer.
No,
Damnedest thing.
the pizzas are like this
Oh,
big.
never taken
Ain't
photos
shit
like
fitting
that.
on there.
They would have had to
Can
go
barely fit all the
somewhere
dang
professional.
the little like slivers of pepperoni it's got on it.
And there's
on
other
there.
ones, too. There's a
Also, yeah, I
picture
like
of
my
somewhere,
blanket.
if I could find it.
It's all
Two of them
spooky
together on
and
a
junk.
beach in Hawaii.
Kinda, not really.
Now, I know ain't no one lived
Um,
this roof ever
But
been to
also,
Hawaii. Hell, she
I found another
terrified
ball
planes.
of
He set the
this.
picture in front of me
I
again,
thought
and
I was
focused
on my
my
last
gaze
one already.
directly at the
Apparently, I
screen,
actually had one
not
more.
wanting to look the ghost of Ryan's mother in the
So,
eyes.
he finna get
See
bigger.
that bracelet she's got
But,
on?
oop,
Yes.
accidentally undid a loop.
I
So I'm
couldn't
like
look.
most of the way through this current
Well,
one.
here's where it gets weird.
He pulled a small charm bracelet from his
So
pocket
let
and set
me.
it down in front of me on the kitchen table.
We picked this out.
Yeah, I know. I thought I do still have two of like
It was a Christmas
the
present
like
for
latte
both of
brown.
I watched him come
What's
to
it
life
called?
with a newfound manic energy.
And I
His every
have
move
the
making
like
me more and more
already
nervous.
done loop
I picked up the
ones,
bracelet to
black and
distract
white.
myself and
And I also got a
thoroughly,
spool of
running my
slightly
fingers over
smaller
each individual charm.
black
The boy's father went to the fridge.
bulk
A
yarn.
moment later, with his back still turned to me, he cracked a
don't
beer and drank deeply from the can before speaking again.
I didn't sleep more than an hour or two a night after the
But
He
I'm
racked his
like
brain for the appropriate
most of the
word.
way through
Not funeral. Anything but
this particular loop that I'm doing. Let me turn
laying
this
her to rest would bring some kind of closure for me,
so that way I don't like
for him.
get hung up on that.
I guess not.
I got so much yarn.
I'm snoozing in my easy chair, finally in a real deep sleep.
What does that even mean? Oh,
It
tease.
shakes me awake.
You're crazy.
He took one last gulp
But,
and crushed the
I'm right
can in his
here
palm before tossing it in the trash.
Currently, and this
He woke
is
me to ask where the bracelet
end
was. I
of
was
it,
so damn tired, I didn't
'cause
even
this
know what he
is,
was
like,
talking about.
the side.
They kept pushing. The bracelet, the bracelet.
This is the side of it.
Finally figured out he was talking about his mom's.
And then this is supposed to be like
Christmas
the bottom
present.
edge.
He
for
wanted
the
to
most
know
part.
where it was,
Um,
like it was lost.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have the heart to
Yeah.
tell him the
I'll finish
The
this
truth about
line,
what?
I'll do one more, and
I
then I'll
stared
put.
at him, still
my
gripping the
peepers in.
bracelet tightly between my fingers.
Can you hear
Ryan's
what's
father
going
started
on
down
in the
on
background,
before
or is
finally
it
taking his seat across
mostly
from
me?
again at the
'Cause
kitchen table.
I don't.
We buried her.
I kind of want to have background
His
noise,
words shot a
but I
lightning
also don't
bolt
want to be
across
like,
the
oh, you know,
I
hey,
instinctively dropped the
you're
bracelet.
using somebody else's stuff. Like, no, I'm not claiming it. I swear, I'm like just listening to it. I'm living my life, man.
Service.
I don't work for the No Sleep podcast. I'm just another listener. I like the
He didn't
stubs.
bother finishing.
Yeah, if you can kind of hear it, that means it's low enough, so they're probably not gonna give me no gruff about it. Which is nice, because I don't need those problems in my life.
You mean he?
I almost want to get some crochet needles, but I actually like
Look, I didn't want
like
to tell
touching
him
it.
to put it in the ground with his mom, so I lied. told him I lost it somewhere. I told him it would probably turn up sooner or later, you know?
He used his left hand again.
That's
this
good.
time to rub the bridge of
That's
his
fine.
nose and ease his oncoming tension headache.
So, what did you guys think of Saturday's
How did he
stream?
find it?
Was
I
it
couldn't look at it anymore.
interesting
Even
enough?
though what he was
Was
saying
it
was
okay?
purely nonsense.
Like, what are
I
we
didn't want to
thinking?
think about having held the same totem that once graced the skin of a
'Cause-
dead woman. I caught myself looking at one of the photos on the wall.
Nature's
my eyes
needle.
lingering far too long.
He dug it up.
This forced my gaze away from the wall as I locked eyes with Brian's father once more. What?
With the shovel.
But how could he?
I woke up and there
Hi,
he was,
Silent.
outside the window.
You like it?
In the backyard.
It actually is.
But your wife.
It's
you buried her. I mean, she was buried in a cemetery.
It definitely gave me
He
a
just sniffed,
little bit
sipped
of
his
a.
beer and stared at the floor.
It gave me. I don't
He was
know.
lost, so
Gave
he
me a little
found
bit
it.
of anxieties.
Told me that
A little
day.
bit
Don't worry.
freaking me
He was
out.
gonna help me find the bracelet.
Also,
Then I wake up and
goodness.
see him outside in his PJs
Whew.
at 3 in the morning.
Hi,
halfway
Silent.
on the ground, shoveling heaps of dirt
Welcome
with
to
his
the
little plastic
screen.
shovel. I ran out there barefoot,
Just
no shirt on, grabbed him by the
babbling
shoulders.
and getting some
spun around and
feedback
looked me in
on
the eyes, but-
Cyber Day stream,
But there was nothing
and
there.
working on my Bankit
No
still.
life at all in his eyes. Would know. I just buried my
Honestly,
dead wife and looked into her
since we
dead
couldn't
eyes
really
and
kind of come up with
He was
anything
breathing heavily now,
for,
almost
like
frantic as he recounted
like the
his
permanent
story.
stuff for
Then pulled him out of
Saturday,
the hall and
I'm
shook
probably
him
just
by the
gonna
shoulders.
default it
But it was
to like the
he
spooky
didn't
streams
know me.
because I
He
really
looked
only
right
play
through
them
me. I
during
wasn't
like
even there.
October
I
anyway.
was
So
screaming at him, "Wake up! Wake up!"
yeah,
And he
I'll
finally
probably
seized
just
me. His eyes
stick
looked
to
normal
Zukosis
again, and he reaches into his
until
pocket
further
and
notice.
hands me the bracelet.
Doesn't mean I'll drop it, you know, like as soon as October ends, but like
He says,
I'll probably stop once I get an ending because from what I'm hearing there's multiple endings. I didn't think that it had multiple endings, but apparently it does.
Every night he was out there digging,
But
finding.
I'm
I lost my car.
doing a bit better.
Found them.
Got some good news today.
Out in the goddamn
Something
ground.
that was it's been on my
Pretty
mind
soon my
for like
backyard was dug
past
up all
pretty
full
much
of
week.
holes. Some
I
of
got
them
some good
so deep
news,
I couldn't see an
and
end to 'em when I
I
shined
feel a
my
little better.
flashlight down there.
I'm still feeling
One night,
terribly
I
like
came
mentally
calling,
exhausted
crawled
at the
way
end
up
of my
out one
days,
them
but
holes. But it was on
that
the
good news I
opposite side
got
of the
helped me
yard from where I
feel
saw 'em
a
digging
little
earth.
more at ease.
And I asked
So
him,
at least there's that.
"Boy, you digging tunnels under there now?" And he just smiled.
And
Just smiled and showed me one
my
of the
Comfort
pictures
tour
on the wall.
is a little bit of a double-edged sword for me because I think it
Wasn't nothing
might
you
also
couldn't
maybe
find
kind
at
of
the
sort
time
of
to
be the
dig it.
reason why I'm
I
having
told
my
him one
eczema
day
flare
after I
up
picked
a
him
little
up from
too
school.
much because I'm
Told him
sleeping a
dancing
bit
in rough
warmer than I
spots.
have in quite a
Turns out I
while.
picked the winning numbers
And
last
I
night's
know
lottery.
that it gets
I can't
worse
find
when
the
I get
ticket,
too
you know?
hot.
I lost it.
And I want to
Fair enough.
sleep hot. I
Next
don't
morning,
want to be
I
cold when I'm sleeping.
numbers
I
and
need to be warm.
everything.
I
No one ever
need to
collected on that
nest.
ticket, you know.
I can't be
somebody
cold. I
had
can't be
somewhere.
chilly.
And the boy took it
I
from
gotta
me,
be wrapped up.
found it.
You know? Like, who wants
Now
to
it's
sleep
just a sad
cold?
story they'll be telling for the rest of their
Only
lives.
psychopaths sleep
Never
cold,
rejected
bro.
anyone.
Those are for actual, legitimate, 100% crazy people. Those are people that sleep cold.
He finished the beer and started another.
Who wants to sleep cold, bro? Pregnant. No. You're funny, Otis. You're funny. The only babies I have are the ones that are upstairs that bark whenever people come into the house. Those are the only babies I have.
Maybe the lottery ticket.
I ain't got no
Brian's
children.
father laughed as I sputtered along, thinking out loud.
Even if I'm doing old lady hobbies.
I know for a fact. You know how I know?
I ain't got no children.
Around the time he was digging up all these
Okay.
pictures, I
So this is
finally
the
had
end of
enough
it.
and tried to make
This
him
is like
stop.
the edge.
Tried
Right
to
here.
force him to quit digging.
I don't.
I walked out there one night. Must have been past midnight, and I grabbed the boy and I told him, You stop this shit right now.
Yeah, like it's weird. Like literally, my freaking arm was like it legitimately was like bugging out so bad. Was it yesterday?
Well, I couldn't help it.
It was either yesterday or Monday. It woke me up at like one something in the morning. Like it felt like somebody was like gashing my shit open. Like it was terrible. So fucking bad. And I'm like throwing my my blankets off of me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like I feel heavy, and like I was really sweating for whatever reason. That particular night, I was just super sweaty. I don't know why. And I just kind of like had my arm out of like my blanket, and I'm just kind of like fanning it off, and I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is going on? What time is it? It's like 1:30 something in the morning. I'm like, bro, I got work in like 5 hours. What the fuck? Couldn't have waited until like around 4 or something to start waking out. You gonna wait until now? Like 1 something to start waking out and wake me up? Like, bruh. But anyways, I like was super pissed because I was like, bro, I was chilling and you really just woke me up. Like, why?
Was when I finally realized there was something
but
wrong with him. Something more than just his mama dying. I was digging, expecting to see more of these goddamn photographs, but no. It was bones.
Ouch.
I looked down and
I also tried
I thought,
out my new nail polish.
The boys digging up dinosaur bones.
I gotta redo them because after work today,
Then he looks at me
kind of started
I'm almost done, Daddy.
Kind of started chipping a little bit. And that's why you're not supposed to wear nail polish at work. I wear gloves all day, so my nail polish chipping ain't none of it getting nowhere. It's in the gloves. So mind your business. But shit, what was I saying?
It took me a moment to
I forget. I'm trying to think of what I want to play on Thursday. That might be a soft stream, maybe. I might play Fields of Mystery now. Maybe. I don't know. I'm still thinking it over. I'm not sure. Maybe. I don't know. Still thinking it over.
After a minute, I get this sharp pain in my fingers, right?
His tone shifted. He sounded like he was on the verge of
So I grab my hand and I'm looking down at my fingers and they're burning like hell, and all of a sudden I can't close it no more. Can't make a fist to save my life. It's like my fingers are all made of jelly, all wriggling around like worms on a fishing pole.
He laughed hard at this. The sudden barrage of noise startled me so much that I nearly fell off my chair.
And then I turned and see the boy beside me digging a brand new hole, and now my arm's hurting too. Burning like a son of a bitch. I got no idea what he's up to.
Do y'all have any spooky podcasts that you recommend? From like whichever platform? Like, I actually really highly recommend the No Sleep podcast. If I recall correctly, you can listen to their stories on pretty much any streaming platform. I didn't know that they actually have their stuff on YouTube as well, but they do. I don't know if they have like the same length episodes on YouTube, because I originally stumbled upon them on Spotify, and that's normally where I listen to them. But they also have like an actual like website, and majority of the episodes are like an hour and some change. But apparently if you pay for it's like a VIP thing. It's like multiple hours worth of like content for that particular season. And a
I
lot
leapt
of
from
the
my seat,
time,
backing the wall as he laughed.
depending on whatever they have in that particular episode, it'll be multiple stories.
Finish this little project out there.
Like this one is season 13, episode 17.
Dad.
And
His father stood up and went to the window. His
I
dead
don't
arms
believe
spread at his side.
that there's
Nothing more
multiple
now
stories
than
in this
hollow
one, but it might
husk of
be.
plasma. He pulled the blinds up to see into the yard.
Because I'm
Ryan
like
was at the
half
window,
listening to it,
his red face glowing with
and
excitement.
I don't think they're still on the space station that they were talking about earlier.
I wanted to be back in the safety of my car, driving a million
Because
miles
I
an
don't
hour
recall
away
there
from this
being
nightmare.
any of the characters having a country accent.
My body wouldn't move.
So
Couldn't even tear
I think
my
it's
eyes away
another
from the
story.
window. The three of us
Also,
simply
no, I don't want
stood
any
and
of your
watched
babies,
as a
Otis.
pale,
4 is enough
decomposed
for me.
hand reached for the surface. Ryan's mother dragged herself out of the hole and began crawling toward the house.
Oh. Okay. Someone just dragged themselves out of a hole. But okay. We're almost halfway through this episode, so that's pretty good. Still a pain in my butt. But he was being cute earlier.
Their parents don't believe them until a violent act tips the scales. Written by Sarah.
Ooh. Oh wait, no, there's another story. Hold on.
Hollowell and performed by Addison Peacock, Kyle Akers, Nicole Doolin, and Jeff Clement. When you're ready to hunt the creature
Back if I let him finish his little project out there.
Charisma. He pulled the blinds up to see, reached for the surface. Ryan's mother dragged herself out of the...
Let me know if you can hear it now. I'm gonna turn it up a little
In our
bit.
second tale, a girl and her older brothers become aware of a creature living in their backyard.
Okay, that was... Wait, this is the second story? So yeah, I totally lost track of the first one then, because it sounded like they were on some kind of like weird space station or something, and they were like investigating some weird virus or something. But apparently that was all one story. Maybe I just misheard something. I don't know. But yeah, he's still a pain in my butt, but he's still cute, so I put up with it.
Their parents don't believe them until a violent act.
But yeah, I'm gonna shut up so y'all can hear it, and you let me know like if you can hear it or not. Man.
In our second tale, a girl and her older brothers become aware of a creature living in their backyard. Their parents don't believe them until a violent act tips the scales. Written by Sarah Hollowell and performed by Addison Peacock, Kyle Akers, Nicole Doolin, and Jeff Clement. When you're ready to hunt the creature down, it's in the yard.
Oh, that's ominous. Creature feature.
There's something living in our backyard. My parents think my brothers and I are just making it up, that it's some imaginary friend deal, even though Nate and Liam are 16 and I'm 14. All well past imaginary friend age. When we told them about the stuff we kept finding, the stuff that didn't belong, they gently suggested that maybe a homeless person camped out among the trees. They said there was no reason to be scared of someone seeking a night or two of shelter, and there isn't, but it isn't a person leaving hints of existence in our yard. It's a thing. Hey Sandy, you might say, how could someone miss anything, person, creature, whatever, living in their backyard? It's not as impossible as you might think, and you don't even need acres and acres of land for it to happen. You'll have to imagine our backyard. Our house sits on a double lot, so the backyard is bigger than others on our block. The alley is, Well, I'm not good at distances, couldn't tell you 10 feet from 20, but it's a fair ways back, and the yard goes all the way up to it. We don't have a fence back there, just a low stone wall that our Yorkies can't scramble over. But anything bigger could. From the back door, you can't see that wall. If our backyard is rich in one thing, it's trees. Big, old, leafy ones that create a canopy. The first section of the backyard is treeless and shadeless, and that's where the vegetable garden is. But take a few steps past it, and you're in a forest. A stone path broken up by grass and weeds and flowers leads through it. The grass isn't mowed in our backyard, but there's hardly any to mow. It's all flowers and patches of chocolate mint and foliage I can't identify. Honeysuckle climbs everywhere and makes the dark air sweet. For most of my life, the way in the back has been my favorite place in the world. I'd lay out on a blanket and read for hours in the shade. But for the past year, I haven't dared to go further than the row of mulberry trees standing guard between us and the wild. Not even the dogs will cross that line, and that should be proof enough that something is wrong. In winter, I was less worried. The thing was still back there, of course. It was just careful, probably, because it's harder to hide. It stayed in one spot. I wonder if it's the kind of creature that hibernates. Here, in the height of July, with everything in bloom, it's bold. You've changed, you're daring, you're different in the woods. I pace along the border, singing that song under my breath, so low it's barely singing. I've always thought singing keeps you safe. I watched The Princess and the Goblin so many times as a child that I wore out not one, but 2 VHS tapes. In the movie, singing wards off the goblins and other dark creatures. It's not a goblin living in the backyard, probably, but why take risks? Something rustles in the shade. When I stoop to pick mulberries off the ground, I don't take my eyes off the deep trees. I pack the berries in my mouth like an autumn squirrel and hum the whole time I chew. I know roughly where the thing is. It's not back by the alley, or else I'd see it when I take that shortcut from the bus stop. It's somewhere in the middle. There were a few natural alcoves where anything person-sized or smaller could settle in. It's been a full year. This is its 2nd summer. My brothers and I are in agreement. That's long enough. We want our yard back. We made a plan, and today we started scouting. Nate and Liam went in as a pair, and I'm left here at the border, pacing, eating, watching. The chemical scent of spray-on sunscreen clings to me. The sun is too bright, and my head hurts, and I can't stop moving. A walkie-talkie in the right pocket of my shorts bounces against my leg with every step. The shorts are loose, baggy cotton, and I love it because finally my mom and I both accepted that I'm too fat for the youth section, and now I get to wear clothes that fit the way I actually like. In 5 minutes, my brothers should be checking in. If they don't, I wait 2 minutes, and then I press the button once to send them a burst of static. Just once. And I'm not supposed to talk because who knows if they need to be quiet. If they don't respond, I wait another 3 minutes, and then, well, full disclosure, we're not sure what after that. I said I should go in after them, and was quietly relieved when Nate shot me down.
If it manages to get us when we're together, it'll get you faster.
What about the police, then? Yeah, because they'll believe us any more than our parents did. I stoop for another handful of mulberries, and begin to sort out the ripe from the sour, young and squishy old. So, okay, what do I do if they don't check in? If they don't emerge from the trees, sweaty and triumphant and crushing precious mulberries under their sneakers? I don't know. It's not going to get that far. I'll be hearing from them any minute. Sleeping Beauty is usually my go-to, my favorite, but I can't focus on anything. I'm all scattered, and so are my songs. I check my watch. It's a cheap plastic digital thing with Minnie Mouse on it. I had to dig it out of the back of a drawer. For Nate, we found a matching Mickey Mouse watch, and both are synced to Liam's fancy Boy Scout approved watch that's waterproof and, I don't know, synced with the gravitational pull of our planet so that it's always right. Liam explained it, but when he talks about his Boy Scout stuff, I understand it about as well as when my English teacher tries to explain iambic pentameter for the millionth time. Which is to say, not at all. 4 minutes. 4 minutes of pacing and waiting for the walkie-talkie to static snap and for one of their voices to come through. I'm going to run out of mulberries. I whip around, heart pounding in my chest like someone jumped out at me, fists up like I'm ready to fight. But it's not a person. It's birds. Too many birds to count. The ones so small they don't seem real.
No.
Splash out of the many bird fountains Mom set up. I flinch away from the water. The birds disappear into a swirl over our neighbor's house and away. I hadn't noticed they were in the yard with me at all.
Sandy, this is Liam. Over.
Mulberries cascade around my feet as I rush to pull the walkie-talkie from my pocket. Here, over.
We found its nest. Over.
His voice is low and calm, but it always is. It always makes him sound like an adult, not a technically by 7 minutes middle child. Nest? I realize my back is to the trees. Every sound seems suddenly amplified. All of them except for Liam's voice. He's talking, but all I hear is every crack and rustle from the forest behind me. Is that breathing? Do I feel it? Hot on my neck? I spin on my heel, walkie-talkie wielded as a weapon. It's not heavy, but it could give something a good skull crack. It could if something was there. No one is. My head freaking hurts.
It's been eaten out of the vegetable garden for sure. And there's a couple shirts and a cheese grater of all things.
Missing vegetables were how it all started. Dad thought we had rabbits. Mom asked if we'd taken any. Other ideas were lobbed about. Neighborhood kids, birds. But it wasn't that big of a deal. None of us were suspicious at first. Then, footprints, right at the edge of the mulberry tree line.
Ooh.
Weird ones. Not like a person's. Not like anything I'd ever seen. I remember
Ooh.
Dad crouching next to them, muttering something about storks and, no, that doesn't make sense, wrong place. Eventually, he and Mom brushed it off. My brothers and I grew uneasy. Then, clothes. Nate found clothes in the trees, hanging as if to dry. Some of our clothes. He showed me and Liam, but by the time we got Mom and Dad back there, the clothes were gone. For a year, all we've seen are these glimpses. Breadcrumbs of a life.
Ooh.
Something was living a nomadic existence in the confines of our backyard.
Freaky.
At first, it was a little exciting. Creepy, yes, but like an adventure.
No.
Liam saw glowing eyes one night, and we knew it wasn't a person, because a person's eyes don't reflect that way. When Liam yelled in surprise, the eyes went wide, and he swears he saw a glint of bared teeth.
Oh no.
Then the footprints were farther and farther from the border,
Eek.
closer to the house, before they retreated back into the trees.
Oh no.
Then I got scratched. We hadn't seen anything in a while, so I went into the backyard. I went deeper than I should have. I
Yo.
bumped into something and heard a hiss, and the only thing I remember other than running is the pain in my arm.
Yo.
Tell about the rest.
The rat.
Yo, she got marked. She got marked, son. Alright, I finished my line. It's time to get the people. It's time to get the people. Oh. She got marked, yo. It's not supposed to be soothing, though. It's supposed to be spooky. Ugh. My back meat. Actually, let me go turn on. No, I don't feel like having to come all the way back down. So I'm gonna grab the people. Take it upstairs. Well, don't Stubby then. And Stubby tomorrow. Oh yeah, I forgot. I also have some cheeky Popeyes. The good kind. I also got hella ice in here. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, my hash browns. Ah, dang, I forgot I had those. Do I want Popeye, actually? Do I want Popeye? I'm kind of set on pizza, but like... Banquet's the GOAT, for real, for real. Like, no one could ever make me hate Banquet. Until I actually get food poisoning or something from Banquet. Me and Banquet like this. We tight. We tight. Now let me grab my peepers. My Red Baron peepers. I got my 2 peepers. Now we're gonna take these upstairs and put them in the Ubon. One of y'all are gonna have to keep track of the time for me because I can't put a timer on my phone because I'm screaming. Hi, babies. Hi, baby. Hi, baby boy. Hi, baby boy. Yes, I got. What do you have here? I got some pizza. 35 minutes. I think 35 minutes will be good. I did take out my trash too. I took out my trash already. Oh wait, today's Tuesday, ain't it?
Yep.
I'm like not keeping track of like anything anymore. I'm just like, it's another day. The peepers are in. Tree Fibby. I'm back. Yeah, I think 35 minutes will be good. 10 minutes for the oven to get all the way warm, and then it'll be cooking for the rest of the 20. But how loud was it then when I was playing it just now? Because I did turn the TV up by like 3 or so. Like 3 clicks. So. Thank you, Nelly. Me. Like clearly, or was it still kind of eh? Don't fall asleep. It's not a sleepy stream. So, it's a low vibrational scream. Well, there's some creature living in their backyard or something. And the daughter, I think there's 2 brothers and a sister. So, and the sister was the one that got scratched, apparently. Hold on, I'll go back slightly. Okay.
The footprints were farther and farther from the border, closer to the house, before they retreated back into the trees. Then, I got scratched. We hadn't seen anything in a while, so I went into the backyard. I went deeper than I should have. I bumped into something and heard a hiss, and the only thing I remember other than running is the pain in my arm.
Tell me the rest.
The rest? Over. They don't answer me for a moment. The walkie-talkie clicks off, and I know they're talking about me. My big brothers have a habit of discussing me when I'm not around, or like I'm not around. They think they get to decide what's best for me. Sudden anger sparks in me. The muscles in my legs move without my permission. They don't get to leave me out of this. They don't get to push me out to protect me when I'm already in it. I want to run into the trees and find them, and I press my free hand to my arm, over the month-old, still healing scratch that my parents claimed was caused by a sharp tree branch, and not a territorial something in our little personal forest. It's never stopped tingling, and sometimes I swear I feel it twitching, like a baby kicking in the womb.
Ew.
As hot as the anger burns, it also burns fast, and I'm left shivering in July heat.
There's more. There's toys. Over.
Toys? Over.
Yeah. Some of our old toys.
I don't understand.
Is it stealing from
Do
them?
you remember that Barbie car you had? The one you spray painted green? Over.
Yeah, but that went missing. I stop. That car went missing when I was 7. It went missing 7 years ago.
Whoa.
It's in that thing's nest.
Eee.
I press the heels of my free hand over one eye. My head hurts, and there's something here that I should be putting together, but I can't think, and it's making me so mad. It clicks. It's been here longer than a year. Fear replaces the anger. I speak so softly that I don't know if my brothers hear me. It's been here at least 7. How long has our backyard been overgrown like this? Our parents bought the house nearly 20 years ago.
Damn.
The trees are older. I can't stop the spiraling thoughts. Was it here when I was born? When Nate and Liam were born? Was it here when our parents came with the moving trucks? Was it here when the last owners renovated the kitchen? Has it been in our trees longer than they've been our trees? I can't stop shaking. How long has it been here? Why did we only start seeing it last year? I know they don't know the answers any better than I do, but I keep asking.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
I sway on my feet. We may not have figured out where this ends, but the rest of our plan was detailed. 2 bursts like that mean they have to be quiet, and I'm not to contact them. And if they have to be quiet, it means they have to hide. Which means there's something they have to hide from.
Oh no.
I stare into the trees, then at my watch, then into the trees. The walkie-talkie shakes in my hand. 1 minute, 2. I take a step forward. A ripe mulberry pops under my sneaker. The trees. My watch. The trees. 3 minutes. No static. No birdwing flutter. No rustling. Silence.
Oh no.
4 minutes. My throat and mouth are too dry. I swallow. Somewhere over the rainbow. Where are they? Should I send that static burst back to check in? Or would that reveal their location? 5 minutes. There's nothing but my pulse in my ears. Another step forward. The snap of a stick underfoot. 6 minutes. I can't let this go on.
Sandy, run.
What? Why?
It got Liam. You have to get inside.
Hey, yo.
I do run, but not back to the house. Not like Nate once. Scratch on my arm, burning and twitching, I run right into the trees. The overgrown, overtaken part of our backyard is big, but it's not that big. I spent my childhood here. Why do I feel lost as soon as I cross the border? It's like those thick jungles where you can't take a step off the trail without losing your bearings. It's impossibly huge. It's full of shadows, and the shadows look like people, but they're trees that I'm not sure they are. Nate? Liam? The thing already knows I'm here. I just have to find my brothers. Nate said it got Liam, but surely that doesn't mean Liam's gone.
Sandy!
I follow his voice. It's easier than following my own eyes. I've been following his and Liam's voices my whole life, tagging along, unwilling to be alone. It seemed impossible just a moment ago that I'd find my way through, but within a dozen heartbeats, I see him. I could kill him for trying to keep me away. I could use my weight against his height and tackle him to the ground and scratch out his eyes. He turns, and I see fear and despair on his face. It brings me up short. I'm not sure I've seen either of my big brothers scared before. Where's Liam?
I told you to get back to the house.
Yeah, no way. Safety in numbers. Nate's nice enough not to point out that he and Liam were a pair and that didn't make them safe. I lower my voice, not because I'm afraid we'll be found, but because the question I have to ask feels like it's too big and too scary to say loudly. Did you see it? What's it like? There's something bad in Nate's eyes, and I know the answer to the first question. Yes. He saw it. He opens his mouth, then closes it. Then he tries again.
It's hard to describe. We watched it for a few minutes when we were hiding. And it was pacing around this clearing. It didn't seem fast, but it is. I turned my head for a second to look at Liam. I swear, just a second. When I looked back, it was gone. I think behind a tree. When I got behind the tree, it was nowhere. And when I got all the way back around, Liam was gone.
Is it human?
Yo.
It's human-sized.
Ooh.
Nate furrows his brow in deep concentration.
Ooh.
There's sweat dripping down his forehead. I don't know if he's trying to think of the words or trying to decide if he should say them.
Ooh.
You know stick bugs?
Yes?
Yo, is that a fucking skinwalker?
I'd never seen one in the wild, but I go to a lot of events at the library, and one time a woman brought all these cool bugs.
Ew.
I held one, and she called it Phasmatodea. His eyes meet mine.
It's like that, but human-sized.
Ew.
Human-shaped.
Ew.
I picture the stick bug I held, the one that walked across my hands, and imagine it growing and
Ooh.
standing up on two legs, towering over me.
Ooh.
At the same moment, I realized that of course we wouldn't have seen it even when we were hunting for it. It would just look like a collection of tree branches among many, many tree branches.
Wow.
I look around, alarmed. We may as well be surrounded, and I'm not sure we'd know.
It's weird to say, but it moved wrong. I don't know if it was injured or something, but it moved weird. Too disjointed. And it seemed really confused. It kept getting startled by small sounds and hissing and lashing out at nothing.
An idea is forming in my stomach like a stone. I let Nate keep talking.
How could it have hidden from us? From everyone for so long when it acts like that? It should have been so easy to find.
Fear rises slowly like bile. Did it look okay? I mean, relatively?
I guess. It seemed kind of scratched up, maybe, but it was hard to see a lot.
When Nate glances away into the trees, I briefly touch the scratch on my arm. I would have known by now if something was wrong. The scratch twitches. What if... I swallow the words. I don't want to say them. What if it's sick? What if it's sick and disoriented? What if it has a fever and the fever made its head hurt and it couldn't think clearly and that's why it couldn't hide as well? I don't say any of that to Nate. Do you think it took Liam?
It had to have, right? He wouldn't leave. And if anyone could find their way back here, it's him.
But he'll be fine. It's never hurt us before. Now Nate's gaze does flicker to my arm, to the scratch. I don't know if he's connecting any dots other than yes, it has. I don't connect them for him. I don't say it never hurt us until it got sick. Once it got sick, the rules changed. Are my rules going to change? No, Sandy, no, you're fine. It's been a month, you'd know. I step away from Nate, and he grabs my hand. I look back at him.
We're not splitting up.
I won't let go, Jack.
Gross. I'm your brother.
I roll my eyes, and for a moment I can forget where we are and what's at stake. It comes back in a cold rush. I turn in a slow circle, peering into the trees. There's no sign of my other brother. Liam! I shout loud enough I expect birds to fly out of the trees, but they don't. There's no rustling as squirrels or chipmunks or rabbits run away. I'm not sure when I last saw an animal out here. The Yorkies certainly won't go this far, but if even the wild animals won't, or maybe any that do just don't make it back out. We both pull our walkie-talkies out in a hurry. Liam? I start shouting Liam's name again, and Nate's shouting joins mine. We call for him and move through the trees, attempting something methodical, but mostly just zigging and zagging until we reach the low stone wall by the alley. We turn right back around and take a new path, or what we hope is a new path. I don't notice it when Nate's hand slips out of mine. I don't even know how long it is before I feel his absence. Nate! I'm crying, and I didn't notice that either. Liam! I dig the walkie-talkie out of my pocket again and press down the button. I call their names over and over, but all I get back is the wind. The scratch on my arm is burning, and my legs give way. I need to be strong, but instead I collapse to my knees, hands over my face to stifle sobs. It's not a sound I've ever heard before. I don't think it's a sound the creature used to make. I've never heard it, but I know it instantly. Somewhere in my peripheral vision is something taller than my dad and inhumanly thin all over.
Ew.
I close my eyes so tight that I see stars. I'm alone in the shadow dark, and my brothers are gone, and the cracking is getting closer, closer. I force myself to sing a little louder. If it works on the goblins, it can work here. I know you, the look in your eyes is so familiar with me. The creature breathes, low in its narrow pole of a chest. The breath rattles out of it and rattles back in. It really is sick. The singing is a little easier with every line. I pretend I'm in my room with the nightlight on, warding off the somethings in my closet and under the bed. And I know it's true that visions are seldom only seen. But if I knew you, I know what you'll do. Silence again. Silence and emptiness. I open my eyes. I'm alone. It can't be that easy. It took my brothers, but it left me scared off by a song? Really? Or because it smelled something in you. I can't worry about the why. I just have to get out of here. My parents will believe me if I tell them Nate and Liam were taken. They'll call the police or, I don't know, animal control. I stumble through the trees and I hum loudly the whole way. It had to have been the song. I emerge covered in dirt, sweat, and tears. The sun pierces into me until I cover my eyes, whimpering. Has it always been so bright? It's fine. It's just because I was in the dark for a while. It's fine. I have to hurry. Our parents didn't notice we were still gone, and I know because when I go inside, they're in the kitchen, cooking dinner, and they're shocked at my appearance.
Sandy, what happened?
Hi, Bear.
My mom reaches for me. I almost lash out at her, fingernails like claws across her face. The muscles in my arms spasm. Wanting. I make a fist. I hold it down. Dad's hand is on my shoulder. I wonder if he can feel the heat coming off of my skin like summer pavement.
Where are your brothers?
They're gone. It took them.
Took them? What?
The thing in the backyard, it took them. You have to call someone, you had to get help. I sound hysterical, and I know it, but I think I get to be hysterical right now. Dad shakes his head, and of all things, he laughs. After a moment, Mom does too. She brushes the hair back from my forehead.
Oh, sweetie, they're probably just playing a prank on you.
I dig my nails into my palms so hard that I feel something warm dribble out. No, they're not. It took them. Mom looks at Dad. Will you fix this? Look. He nods. He goes out onto the back step and calls their names.
Liam! Nate!
No one answers, but something might. Don't! You'll bring it right to us! Close the door!
Sweetie, what has gotten into you? You know how your brothers are. They take jokes too far sometimes.
Mom looks astonished that I won't let it drop. She shakes her head.
I think you need to clean up and maybe take a nap.
She goes to the sink and wets a washcloth. The sound of water hitting stainless steel and splashing out makes me wince. When Mom tries to bring the washcloth to my face, I stumble backwards. Please, you have to. But I know she's not going to believe me. Neither one will. Dad is still shouting, and I don't know if I'm imagining the rustles and snaps and cracks in the distance. I don't think I'm imagining the way my blood is jumping in my veins and telling me to run, run, run. A nap. You're right. I should nap. That makes Mom smile. She's happy I'm sounding reasonable again. I try to smile back, but quickly walk away through the dining room and living room. The Yorkies cower on the couch away from me. And I know. In my bedroom, I push my dresser in front of the door.
I was
It's
right.
a solid wood thing made from cherry wood harvested by my grandfather. It'll make a good barricade. It scrapes so loud across the floor that if they weren't shouting for my brothers, Mom and Dad would hear it. I hope they give up sooner rather than later. I hope they close that back door and lock it too. I hope they call someone who knows what to do. The scratch on my arm is burning. The creature in the backyard has been sick for at least a year. I'll never know when it got infected, how long it took for it to start losing control, how long it'll be before it loses all control. I try to sketch out a timeline, make guesses, but I can't concentrate and I don't think it matters. Wouldn't a sickness be different across species? There's too much I don't know, and I'm not supposed to take biology until I start high school next year. If I start high school. What I know is that there's something alien roaring inside me, and it's jumpy, and it's violent. What I know is that I can't let my parents into this room. I have to do whatever's necessary to keep them safe. My rules have changed.
Dang. I wonder if there's a part 2 to that. There might be, but probably only on the website. Because we're at 1 hour and 9 minutes, and this episode is 1 hour and 24 minutes. So. Yeah. That was the end of that story. So there's either these are just going to be the credits, or it'll be a really short
third
story.
Tale, a woman receives a parting gift in the form of a clown doll from her ex-boyfriend, which causes her to question if she is truly in control of her own mind. Written by Amanda Steele and performed by Erica Sanderson, Andy Cresswell, and James Cleveland, decide where the blame truly lies in clown control.
Yay! 14 minutes until people time. 14 minutes.
Thanks. It was all I could say as Tony handed me the battered and also creepy-looking clown. It certainly looked like it had seen better days. One eye was missing, and half its painted-on smile was faded.
It's a family heirloom. My father gave it to me. His father gave it to him. I told you I couldn't have kids when we first met, so that's why I'm giving it to you.
Okay. I vowed never to pass it on to any children I might have as I watched Tony carry his boxes to the hire van. Where had he hidden the thing the whole time we lived together? Why had he felt the need to give it to me? Sure, he couldn't have kids, but
Because it's
maybe this
cursed.
thing would be better in the bin.
Because it's
Most couples
cursed.
who split up argued about which CDs belonged to who. They didn't give old and creepy clowns. Well, that did fit with the theory of hating each other, though. I would never give something like that to someone I had any positive feelings for. The parting gift told me everything I needed to know. Tony definitely did not love me anymore. Even so, it was more than disconcerting when I woke up one morning to find the clown propped up at the end of my bed actually saying the words.
Tony doesn't love you anymore.
What?
My first thought, or perhaps it was wishful thinking, was that Tony had somehow sewn one of those recording things into the clown. That would mean his negative feelings towards me were much stronger than I first thought, but it would be a better option than the clown actually talking to me. So I ran to the kitchen and grabbed a pair of scissors, then cut the freaky thing open. There was nothing there, but it had to be some kind of trick, I told myself. I hurled the clown into the bin on my way to work. As the day went on, I gradually got over the uneasiness I had been feeling.
I wouldn't have thrown it away at my
home,
house. I
saw
would
the
have
rubbish
taken
truck
it somewhere
parked
else.
outside, that I remembered and breathed a sigh of relief,
But that's just me.
knowing that thing would soon be taken miles away from me. I went inside the house, with the usual act of changing into my tracksuit bottoms, cooking dinner, then settling down in front of the television. The following morning, I left the house to go to work, and noticed the rubbish truck was still parked up. When I thought about it, I hadn't actually seen anyone collecting the rubbish the day before, just the truck. Even as I walked towards it, the nagging voice inside my head screamed warnings at me. I was greeted by the sight of the torn open clown and his half smile and closed eyes.
Ooh.
I didn't have time to ask myself if its eyes had been open or shut before. I quickly saw the two rubbish removal men next to the clown. Their chests were ripped apart. I staggered back as I caught sight of the clown's eyes fling open.
Just like what you did to me.
What?
Oh no.
I was unable to accept that the clown was talking, but I knew now it did more than talk.
I was about to say, you're more concerned about him being verbal versus the two dead bodies you just saw? Question mark? Like, huh?
It killed. The rubbish collection men were visual proof of that.
I cut them open. And if you don't want me to do the same to you, then you'll do as I say.
I was dumbstruck as I followed the clown into my house, hoping the neighbours wouldn't see. Or maybe I hoped they would. If one of them could call the police. I shook my head. What would they say? I realised that nobody was coming to help me. What do you want? I shut the door behind me, wondering if maybe I could sneak out later when he was asleep. Do ugly-looking and supposedly toy clowns sleep? It was as though he read my mind.
I never sleep.
I was the thing's owner, which apparently gave it free access to my innermost thoughts. Only I could hear anything it said to me, too. I found that out when the postman knocked on the door the following morning. While I was signing for a parcel, I heard the clown yelling out acts of violence it wanted to carry out on the postman. He obviously couldn't hear the clown, because he didn't even look in my direction as he handed over the parcel, then walked away.
You let him go.
What was I meant to do?
Bring him to me, so I could cut him and bathe in his insides, like I said. I know you heard me.
He didn't, though.
That's because I'm yours now, so you can hear me. That's how this works.
Tony gave you to me. That means I can give you away.
Sure. But I would kill that person and then come back here to you. And I would keep killing everyone you give me to. Then come back here. Do you really want that?
What do you want from me?
Bruh. This clown's a dick.
It doesn't have to be yours. But I need you to bring me people so I can cut them up. I like to cut, and I know you do too. The way you cut me, well, it fucking hurt. It shows we're alike.
I am not like you. But 3 days later, after being too terrified to sleep through fear of what the clown might do to me if I did, I found myself inviting the postman in for a glass of lemonade. He gratefully accepted. His gratitude didn't last, though.
Dude, no.
As soon as I left the room, I heard his screams. I knew the clown was cutting into him. I just switched on the radio at full volume, drowning out the postman's screams with a rock song where the singer was screaming something about putting his fingers into his eyes. I guessed the clown might be doing that to the postman, among other more horrific acts of violence.
No.
After a week of the clown making me order takeaways and parcels so that he could kill the delivery people, I tried to put my foot down.
I honestly don't care who you bring here for me to kill, but I'm going to need someone to play with.
Play with? You cut those people open and literally bathed in their blood. He leapt up on the counter, grabbing the kitchen knife.
Do you want me to play with you?
I could just leave. Then what would you do?
I'm bound to you now. I would always find you.
I cursed Tony under my breath. Why did he have to inflict this on me? Why couldn't he just break up and take his CDs like a normal person?
That could be your thing. Men, you hate them, right? You think they're all bastards. Why not let me take care of them for you? I would be doing you a favor.
I shook my head and left the room, but I knew my options were limited. Maybe that's why, later that evening, I found myself signing up to a dating website.
Bruh.
Clown was right. Most men were complete and utter assholes, if the men on there were any representation of the male population. Within minutes, I was working my way through the obscene messages I had received.
No.
One man had sent me a picture of his private parts, so I decided to start there. Why not show it to me in person? I replied. The response was almost instant. I'm guessing he already sent the same photo to a lot of other women without response. We arranged for him to come to my house half an hour later.
The same
He
day?
was right on time, too, eagerly ringing the bell 3 times in succession, as though fearful I might change my mind. I was true to my word, though. I did look at his bits in person. It's just that by the time Clown was finished with him, he wasn't attached to those bits anymore.
Admit it. The world's better off without him.
I was washing the pots from dinner time, trying not to look at Clown, who was still splashing around in the blood and guts of his latest victim. He probably won't be missed at work. I bet he perved on all the women there all the time. The dating site has lost a pervert, which can't be a bad thing.
It's still full of perverts. They're all players and they all deserve to have me play with them.
Maybe. The next day I logged on again to more messages. One was full of insults, calling me fat and ugly and saying how I should just settle for whatever I can get.
Wow.
Clown jumped onto my shoulder and read the message.
Ouch. I could settle for my knife into his head.
I agreed. And 2 hours later, the guy was lying on the kitchen floor, minus his severed head, which Clown was using all my kitchen knives to stab. I think he's dead. I made a mental note that the floor would need extensive cleaning again, and that I would need to buy more kitchen knives.
It's fun to stab in the head.
He carried on with his stabbing. After weeks of this, I began to run out of good reasons for giving victims to the clown. Some of the men on the dating website didn't seem that bad. There was one in particular. He was called Philip. I met him away from the house, promising Clown I would bring Philip home after our date, but I just couldn't do it. Philip did all the right things, from asking me about myself and acting like he was genuinely interested in what I had to say, to holding the door open and walking me home. It was so easy to talk to him, and I enjoyed listening to him talk about his life. So I said goodbye at the bottom of my garden path, and I went inside alone. Clown was not happy. Before I could stop him, he was running out of the house and chasing Philip down the street. I ran after him, did my best to protect Philip, but he never saw it coming. How could he have predicted that I would be harbouring a killer clown intent on killing him? The look of fear and shock was still evident on Philip's face as Clown plunged the knife into his neck. I called for an ambulance, but Clown had run off before the ambulance and police arrived. Philip had already bled to death, and I was tried for multiple murders after the police found my kitchen knife still in Philip's neck and carried out a search of the house, where they found the traces of blood and some body parts I hadn't yet disposed of.
Yeesh.
I never saw Clown again after that. I never saw the outside of a high-security prison again either. The judge didn't believe my "the clown did it" plea.
Okay. So my thought on that is, it was definitely some kind of curse, and it just keeps harassing you and harassing you and harassing you until eventually it weighs you down enough for you to actually physically kill someone. And then once you finally do, it leaves you alone. Like, that's what I'm guessing. Cause at that point, I guess it would make sense. Cause I mean, if the clown was gonna follow her wherever she goes anyway, like, it wasn't just bound to her apartment. So if she had left and went to different places, and the clown decided to, like, you know, carry out these things outside of her house, she might have been, no. Because either way, that knife that they found in the last guy was hers. Wait, actually? If she cleaned the knife and the clown was the only one that made contact with it, then how did they know it was her knife? Which means it would have had, like, either her fingerprints or her DNA on it. But if she had cleaned it, then there would have been no traces of her on it. Maybe it was actually a coping mechanism, and she was, like, in a way trying to, like, justify offing all these random dudes for whatever reason, and she just, like, finally snapped, maybe? I don't know. Pizza time? Yay. Get off me. It's time for pizza. Peepa time. Peepa time. Let's go see the peepa. I hope I didn't accidentally burn it. I'll be sad if I did. Oh, fuck. Oh, my kneecap. Let's see. Ooh, it's perfect, actually. It's a little crispy. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Delicious. Peepa time. Peepa time.
Thank you, Snelly. Put my people on my plate. Ow. I do want to cut these actually. These hot. What did y'all think about that last story? That one was pretty good. It's pretty good. Ouch. Fuck. Dump that. Okay. Yeah. People's ready. Do, 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 do. Oh my god. Pizza, 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 pizza. Pizza, pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza, pizza. Well, I did get some progress on my what's it called? My thing to thing. On my blanket. So it's been a good hour and some change. We listened to a couple booky stories. Bumba. So I think I'm probably just gonna go ahead here and eat Dimbor. I think I'm gonna go ahead and eat my Dimber and mentally prepare for the rest of the week while I'm eating. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. Because it's time to shut my brain down completely. So, yeah.
I will definitely, most likely, be streaming on Thursday. And I don't know. I'm leaning towards probably playing Fields of Mistrina. And if not, maybe it'll be something else. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But either way, I'm yeah, I'm on go, so still really hot. I didn't post a link for the Discord in the description of this stream. Nighty night, guys. Yeah. So I didn't post the link for the Discord in this video, but it'll probably be in like the description of pretty much any other video or a different domestic stream. I just didn't post it in this one. I need to keep it like on hand so that I can put it in the description, but I never do. I always forget. MP Waits. Since there is no link, just feel free to share the screen with someone who just wants to chill out and listen to some yapping or something. Or if they want to hear a random spooky story and they've never heard of the No Sleep podcast, that's totally fine. Also, in case anyone is wondering, I do not own that audio, and I do not claim to own that audio. That audio does not belong to me. That belongs to Creative Reason Media Inc., aka the No Sleep Podcast. That shit don't belong to me. That's not mine. I'm not claiming it. I'm not saying it's mine. I'm just listening to it. That's it. Hell, I'll put the link to that in the description after the stream is over. I don't know. If they want that, I can do that. That's fine. Yeah. But MP Waits, on your way out, don't forget to leave your likes in the dough. Stay hydrated. Make sure you eat. And stay spooky. At least until, Saturday or something. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna catch y'all later.